It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and tonight's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Browns and the Panthers, and it's coming up next.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Cleveland offense, and here's Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, ready to go at quarterback.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
First carry for Nick Chubb, and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
But you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Mayfield now. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mayfield. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Mayfield looks to throw. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. A run with Chubb on first down, not going to be a good one. He won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle.
Still 2nd down.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. Oh, good move. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. looking out of the gun. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. The veteran Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rule. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton.
And many people are having difficulty pegging exactly what they believe Cam Newton is at this point in his career. For me, when I see certain days and he's right, he can still be an accurate passer, can still get the ball downfield. And his running ability, especially inside the 10, still makes him a difficult quarterback to prepare for.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Newton now to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Newton. And incomplete. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in, and it's 3rd down.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And some space here. 30. 10, 5, and and touchdown, Cleveland. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 79 yards. And the Browns were able to strike quickly for 6. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch. And that one wound up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
All over you.
Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Newton. Dancing to his left. Cam wisely hitting the deck at the end as he slides and has the first as well. $10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the air now with Newton. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down. Take the completion, keep moving.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Newton. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Newton. Throw left side complete. That's Marshall. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
We always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Now Newton. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett, his 2nd sack of the night.
And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Newton.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. So the field goal unit is coming on here, and boy, this is going to be darn near impossible. This kick to shatter the NFL record, a 69-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw taken in by Landry.
If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Partner sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
It's a gain of 3. And the Browns first down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. He'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Brandon, never ceases to amaze me just how fast these defensive ends are in the game nowadays. Part of that is what we've seen in college football, where they've gotten smaller and faster on the defensive side of the ball, but they brought that to the NFL because it is hard for an offensive lineman to keep them away from the quarterback.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield swings this out for Hunt. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. To throw, Mayfield. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to fourth down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown of this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. Here's Smith to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Newton. He's got Anderson right side. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
options galore here. Second and a few inches. Now Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Could be four-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Newton throwing again. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Right, just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal could change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Browns. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. And what's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. Open man is Anderson. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
This is how offensive coordinators earn their money. He thought he was ahead of the curve after 1st down.
Got 7 yards 1st down play, but then you get stuffed there on 2nd down, maybe just a yard out of it. Now your advantage has evaporated. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got enough for the 1st across midfield to the 48. This is McCaffrey on the give. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Newton now to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Cam's throw here into the hands of Moore.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey, and he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And we're back now in Charlotte. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Newton. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Now it's Newton. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Intended for Christian McCaffrey. Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Breaks a tackle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
And that's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Play fake. Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Pushes past him. Touchdown! Jarvis Landry, 50 yards. And the Browns use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Here's Smith to return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Newton to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
After the sack on first down, Newton got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
The Panthers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. To throw is Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. Now hang on a moment here. Marshall's in some pain. Still down. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Let's go!
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's taken down inside the 30. 47 yards on the ground for him so far.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's got some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 30 yards. And the Browns have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back 1, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there, But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Now Abdullah, the return. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, here's Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Newton now to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Here's Newton. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on the 20.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They can now enjoy the final stages of this one. A very convincing win. I don't know what was said in the locker room, but whatever it was, it worked pretty well.
It certainly did, and it's probably a capper to everything that was said during the week because they go over every eventuality. I mean, you know how coaches are. They want to cover every minute detail all the way up to how much time does it take to walk from the locker room to the field, you name it. And when it all comes together and results in a victory, everyone feels pretty good about that.
Well, the I's were dotted, the T's were crossed in this one for them. Second and 11. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because We've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it,